Hey Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. Today we are back. Uh, Sealed boxes should be in tomorrow, hopefully, or maybe today as I'm after I get done filming this and I got to start doing some box opening. Man, that'll be sweet. So we can start the box opening series for All for One. I'm really excited about it. Don't forget to subscribe up so you can see all the new videos during the box opening series. So today, before we get to that, we're going to talk about Magic the Gathering Arena, sealed and draft win rates, and what they were being won with, according to an online post. Because why not? So let's see if you guys think these are right. So you can see here the Premier Draft win rates. We have white, blue, black. It has a 54% win rate, basically 55. Black, red is 53. Red, green, 53. Blue, red, 53. Green, white, 51. Seems pretty spread out. Um, it's kind of weird how red only goes in one deck. So now that's draft. If you look at sealed, red green almost 60%. That's an insanely high rate, especially for sealed. White black 53, red green black 51, black green white 46, green white 46. So draft is a little more, we'll say, evenly playing field. If you're playing sealed, it looks like red green is the way to go with what has the best win rates. So that's very interesting to look at. So with that said, let's take a look at what cards were drafted the most. So in white, we have 5 cards. These are the commons. So we have Gold Warden's Helm was drafted the most. I think it's draft. Yep, this is draft. So Gold Warden's Helm, 3 mana for a 2/3 basically that you equip to something else. Not bad. Indoctrination Attendant, 4 mana for a 3/4. That's pretty good. It has Toxic. Enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1 Might with Toxic. So basically 4 mana for 4/5. This is a really good common, clearly. The Fair Basilica, obviously I've mentioned these lands in my previous post during spoiler season. These are amazing for draft and sealed. The fact you can sack them late game to draw cards is huge, so you don't get flooded. Charge of Mites, 3 mana. Deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Good removal. Or create 2 Mites with Toxic. That's a very good common. Zealot's Conviction, flash for 1 white. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. If an opponent's corrupted, which is 3 more poison counters, it gets an additional +1/+0 and first strike. That is an amazing combat trick. That's +2/+1 and first strike with flash. Really good. So that's the big hitters in white commons. So in blue commons, we have the Eye of the Mallocator. A blue and 2 enters the battlefield. You get to scry 2. It's an artifact. Whenever the artifact enters the battlefield under your control, this thing becomes a 4/4. Wow, that's huge. That's actually pretty good. Viscera Surgeon's Insight. 2 blue and 3 to draw 3 cards and proliferate. That is a great draw spell. Amazingly, it's a sorcery, but maybe the environment's a little slow enough that this is playable. Meld Web Curator, blue and 3/3/4, enters the battlefield up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from graveyard on top of your library. That's really good. Not like getting those good instants and sorceries back and making a 3/4 at the same time for 4 mana. Experimental Augury, blue and 1, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 in your hand, rest in the bottom in any order, proliferate. Great card. Quicksilver Fisher, 2 blue and 3 for a 4/3 flying. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, then discard. All right, so that's pretty good. Helps you cycle through land late game. Pretty good blue commons. So for the black commons, we have Whisper of Dross. 1 black target creature gets -1/-1 in a turn, and then you proliferate. Probably pretty good removal, especially all the mites running around that are 1/1. Cool Grimminarch, black and 5 for a 5/5 Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you gain 4 life. So that's just a 5/5 Death Toucher with an upside. That's pretty good. Blight Belly Rat. We knew this was going to be good. Black and 1 for a 2/2 Toxic 1, and when it dies, you get to proliferate. That's amazing. Annihilating Glare. 1 black. Additional, pay 4 colorless or sacrifice an artifact or creature to destroy target creature or planeswalker. Basically bone shards. Good removal. Offer Immortality. Target creature gains Death Touch indestructible. Again, good removal out of black for combat tricks for common. For red, Blazing Crescendo, we talked about how great this is going to be in Pauper. Red and 1 for a 3/3/1 plus exile top cards. You can play it until your next turn. Uh, Axiom Engraver, red and 1 for 1/3. Enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters. Remove an oil counter. Discard a card, draw a card. Okay, that's pretty good late game or even early game. Blade Graph Aspirant, it also blocks mites. It's a 1/3. Red and 2 for a 2/3 menace. Equipment spells cost 1 less. Activate abilities of equipment you control that target this creature cost 1 less. I can see why that's good. I see like the 2 and 3 toughness. It looks like there's a lot of big butt fighting going on. Not a lot of power. So again, Autonomous Furnace, sacrifice, draw a card. We didn't see it getting played in blue. I think it's because blue has better draw spells. And then Thrill of Possibility, just a good draw spell. Although I think it's will probably fall out of favor once people start realizing a better way to draft. For green, we have the Perdition Steward, green 1/2/2. Here's the battlefield oil counters for green 2. Remove an oil counter from it. Target creature gets +2/+2 as a sorcery. Not too bad. Oil Gorger Troll, 2 green and 3 for a 3/4. Here's the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Then if you control a permanent with an oil counter on it, draw a card. That's pretty good. 3 mana, 1/3 with Death Touch, Toxic 1. That's amazing. That makes it hard to kill, plus it has Death Touch. Rustvine Cultivator, 1 green for a 1/2. Put an oil counter on it, or remove an oil counter to untap a land. Again, real good card. It's basically a semi-mana dork that can kill mites. Contagious Varak, green and 2 for a 3/3. Enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards, reveal a land from among them, put it in your hand. Rest on the bottom in a random order. If you didn't put a card in your hand, proliferate. I mean, just a 3/3 for 3 is great with an upside. I mean, this is crazy. It's great cards. All right, colorless cards being played the most. Pathetic Prism, we all know about this. Enters, you draw a card. It filters your mana. Great card. The Phyrexian Atlas, again, add mana of any color. And then also, too, if you put poison counters on somebody, you can zap them for 1. Maze Skull Bomb is apparently, well, the green 1 +3/+3 draw a card. Yeah, that's pretty good. Mirror Kinsmith, 4 mana 3/1. Enters the battlefield, search your library for a mirror card, reveal it, put it into your hand. I can see that's good. And the Furnace Skull Bomb, which puts oil counters on things. So it looks like the other Skull Bombs are not seeing any play, but these two are probably the best 2 Skull Bombs. So go to uncommons in green. We have the Armor Scrap Gorger. Great card. Mana Dork. It's an 0/3. Blocks everything. Becomes a 3/3. Evolving Adaptation. Enters the battlefield an oil counter. It's +1/+1 for every oil counter. When another creature enters the battlefield, it basically evolves with an oil counter, making it large. That's an amazing thing. Tyvar Stand. It's amazing. Creatures get hexproof and indestructible. Plus, they get big. Great combat trick. Drown in Ichor. Target creature gets +4 or gets -4/-4 to end a turn. Proliferate. Amazing removal. Along with Shielder's Edict as well. You can pick what you want to kill. Some great black uncommons and green uncommons here, the most popular. As far as rares, again, we have a lot of green. Bloated Contaminator, green and 2 for a 4/4. Trample Toxic 1 when it deals combat damage to a player. Proliferate. Trample Toxic 1. Whenever Bloated Contaminator deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. A 3 mana 4/4 with Trample. Did I miss this during preseason? Because this is stupid. Anyway, Venerated Rot Priest, obviously, target people's stuff. It's going to start handing out poison counters. It's a 1/2 for 1. It blocks mites. It slices, it dices, it makes julienne fries. It's the whole deal. Screeve's Hide, it may be white, but it's still Bitter Blossom. And Bitter Blossom is dumb. Copperline Gorge. Apparently Red Green is the only allied lands that's seen a lot of play, I'm guessing. Well, as you saw in Sealed, Red Green is probably one of the best ones. And of course we have the legendary Might, or Mother of Might. Yeah, Mother of Might. Because it protects other things like Anyway, moving on. Mythics. We have Veraska. Clearly that was going to be a bomb. The thing is just bonkers. You draw a card, lose a life, and proliferate. So, it does it all. Target creature becomes a treasure artifact. -2, it's just a removal spell. -9, it gives somebody 9 poison counters. The Glory Dominus, 2 white and 2 for a 4/4 that helps you spit out extra tokens when white and green is a token environment. Makes this pretty good for a mythic. Obviously, big P's here. And I mean the Phyrexian Obliviator, not the other big P. It is a black card, though. Anyway, moving on. Nissa Ascended Animist. Obviously, this card is so busted. It just pumps out big creatures, kills artifacts and enchantments, which are all over the place, and eventually just overruns somebody to death. Um, do be careful playing this, though. If you don't pay green for this, that's -2 loyalty for each one you pay. So it comes in for 5 mana. It comes in as a 4, or it comes in as a 3. So, but you make a 4/4 with it for 5 mana. Not terrible. And if they can't kill it, you just start spitting out more things. Tyranius Rex, imagine that. A 7 mana 8/8 that can't be countered, has Trample, Ward, and Haste, and Toxic 4. Who would have thought that'd be popular? So, there you have it, guys. That's the big hits on Arena right now as far as how the draft and sealed environment is going. It's a little early. I think some of these things are correct. I think some of them may not be. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Tell me down below what you think you'd like to play, or what you think some of the most popular cards will end up being in the format. Yeah, because I don't know, I ain't got nothing better to do. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to sub up. If you already have subbed, thank you very much. Until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table, or maybe behind a computer screen. I don't know.